Hello everyone, this is a video about using OpenAI with functions, Python, and a real-world scenario where we connect up some LEDs on an electronic circuit and we control it via Python code and OpenAI. So what I've got here is a client, which is actually my laptop, and OpenAI and a Raspberry Pi, as you can see. What I'll be doing is issuing a command, and it will be a natural language, so such that a normal person would just type in something which could be rather unstructured, such as please turn on light 3, please turn on bathroom light, so and so on. What I've done is actually numbered these two LEDs, 23 and 24. You could enumerate these, so 23 could be bathroom, 24 could be kitchen, so on and so on. The image you see in the Excalibur diagram is actually got a photo of the blue light illuminated. In the top right corner, you'll see the live webcam. So what I'm going to do is minimize that. And then what we'll do is we'll actually run the code. So if you've seen Python OpenAI with start again. If you've seen the functions, which OpenAI released in June of 2023, what you do is you create a schema and you specify the name, description, parameters, properties. Properties is the important part here because what we're actually specifying is that we want the language model to return an integer and a light mode. We're not so worried about the light mode yet. This is part one. I just wanted to get it actually doing something. So what we're using is OpenAI. So import JSON, that's to pass a response. Para API import runner, that's something that I've written. I'll show you that in a second. And what we do is we tell it we want to turn the light on. And then effectively it comes back with a response, and then we pass out. From the structured response, we pass out the number of the LED that we want to tell our Raspberry Pi to switch on. So we're doing GPIO input and output. So let's have a look at the ParaAPI. This is basically Paramiko. We're using Paramiko to SSH into the Raspberry Pi. Zero security, host name, username, password. Obviously you'd choose something a little bit more secure than that. And command to execute cmd to ex. That's basically an F string where I'm passing in the light ID. The light ID is what we get back from the language model. So the language model passes out the number from the sentence which the user types in. And then we SSH into the Raspberry Pi and run the code. So if I bring up my terminal, I'm on the Raspberry Pi here. And let's make that a bit bigger. You can see I've got a script called LED on. Well, what I did when I was writing it was I actually just ran it from the Pi because the Pi is connected to the breadboard. So let's just have a look at that for starters. Argpass, because it takes the LED number as an argument. LED pin equals args.pin. Set warnings to false. We're using the GPIO.bcm pinout numbering system, and then I'm just saying do this for 30 seconds. So it's a while loop that runs for 30 seconds. We're just basically turning on very briefly the LED and then turning it off for a second, and then we're clearing it at the end. So very, very basic GPU. But the concept here, in fact, I don't want to. The concept here is actually anything could be connected to the circuit board. So we could have relays controlling 240 volts if you're in the UK, or 110 volts if you're in other parts of the world. As you can see just here by my finger, I've also got I think that was a sensor that I got in a pack of sensor boards where I can't remember if that's, I think that might have been a TV infrared remote transmitter or receiver. So potentially you could type a command to scripts which we're about to run, and it could turn on your telly for you, or it could just do anything, home automation or something in a factory. So it's basically passing human readable text, and it's just extracting the relevant bits that it needs to send to the electronics. So some other ideas I've got for this are add more functions. So rather than just controlling 2 LEDs, we could do some cool stuff with I forgot what I was going to say. We could do some cool stuff with anything, basically. We could send off requests to APIs. When we get a response from other APIs, such as, I don't know, say a weather API, you could say, is it going to rain today? Or please give me the forecast for, London. And then if it gives you back the forecast in JSON, which it will, if it says it's, 99% chance of rain, then you don't put your washing out. But if it says 0%, then you can, as long as you've got something that's controllable by electronics, in fact, you could make it turn on your washing machine. I mean, these are all just little domestic things, but if you want to start getting APIs talking to each other, especially between servers, you can start doing some really amazing things. You could start. It's dangerous though, because you don't want it to actually start doing things that are going to cost you lots of money, which leads me on to the next topic, which is WebLN, which we'll discuss in a bit. So probably you're waiting to see this actually demoed. So what I'm going to do is just run Python 3.10. I'm running this in a virtual environment, so I do need to specify Python 3.10. Main.py. So this is command line at the moment, but I would actually add I could add a Streamlit front end, or so. So this is natural language. So you could say, please turn on LED 24 and keep watching the red LED. I've tried to draw the curtains a bit just to dim it, but hopefully you can see the red LEDs flashing. So traditionally, you probably would have just had to type in a number or something like that, but well, we're still typing in a number, but I could add enum to it, so that I could have just written, please turn on the bathroom light, or please turn on my TV. Not only could you get it to turn on your TV, you could get it to send the correct infrared code to, choose channel 3 or choose HDMI 2 or something. So let's run it again, and we'll type another English command rather than just specify the number. So can you switch on LED number 23? So it's making sense of the English language, and you see the blue LEDs flashing this time. It's all because of the function. So the function is creating a structured output. Potentially you could have done this with LangChain and an output parser, but it would have been a lot more code. There we go. So that's going to flash for 30 seconds. So yeah, back to the function. We could have many ones of these, and what I've done here is just I've passed out the from the response content, which we get back from response.choices 0 message, blah blah blah. I've just passed out the light LED. Because I've also got light mode, I should actually be passing out light mode as well. So then we could be turning the light on or off, because obviously just for testing purposes I've got it flashing, but if I was switching the light on I would also need to have the option to be able to turn it off. So that'll probably be coming in part 2, and I'll also look at adding something more interesting to the electronic circuit. And yeah, that's just a quick demo of how you can use functions with OpenAI and Python, obviously. But well, you could use JavaScript or Node.js as well. Works with, and so do many other. But yeah, that's just a quick demo. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with something else, part 2 maybe. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, thumbs up, and everything, and all that. Yeah.